Hello folks, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. Alrighty, so happy Tuesday. I gotta be at work today at 11, so yeah, I'm up. I'm not all here, but I'm up. Um, yesterday I uploaded a video. It was supposed to be for yesterday. Unfortunately, I uploaded it and got so engrossed in finishing Moon Over Soho that I forgot to hit publish, and I ended up being published today. So yesterday was day, I think, 85. I have to look at it. Today's day 86. Yay! However, you will not get that video until later on today when I come back from work. I'm working 11 to 7, and once I get home, I will upload that video. So, today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about the continuing problem that I watched a video about it, and I was like, dang, that sounds like a good topic for a YouTube video. And this is about Canadians paying more for Kindle books, and why this might be the end of, or is no, the question is this the end of e-reading? And while the girls there talked about this, they actually did not believe that this would be the end of e-reading. And I've seen this a lot in streaming. When streaming first came out, it was like just seen as like, oh, I'm paying like $4.99 a month to get access to thousands and thousands of movies and TV shows, and people sold their entire collection of, Blu-rays and DVDs because, oh, I'm not going to need this anymore because look how cheap and inexpensive this service is. And this allowed companies like Netflix to become like streaming behemoths, because people bought into the lie that these digital movies were better than actually owning it. And we're seeing it with Kindles, and I'm going to say this. I believe Kindles are getting more expensive. Like, the only reason I was able to afford half the Kindles I've got is either through the fact is I worked a job where my check was like sometimes close to $900, or I got a federal income tax return. So when I go and look at, in the video that I did, but I deleted because the upstairs neighbors were doing their laundry, and you guys could hear it backing up into my sink. I just didn't want you guys to hear that. I said that I pointed out to a couple of books where their Kindle edition was like $15, $14. These are the hot authors. These are the authors that you go to their book signings, you follow their careers, you do all of this because of who they are, and because of the quality of work they do. So Amazon is going to charge you more money for these insanely popular authors. So in a couple of months, the new Sarah J. Maas book is coming out, and I got an email from Amazon saying they were not able they were not going to be able to process my payment for the newest Dungeon Crawl and Carl book. I personally don't care, because I'm really not at that book. Um, Alright, so let's look at um, see here. Alright. This is my problem with. So remember I told you guys that depending on the author, depending on how popular the author is, alright. Here is the price for book 6 of The Court of Thorns and Roses. $17. It's $16.99, but we'll just say $17. And then number 7. Damn. $19.99, or we round it up, $20. $20 for this dang freaking book. It is insanity. It's absolutely fucking insanity. You're going to charge people $20 for the Kindle edition of the book that's coming out next year. Oh my god. That makes me not want to buy it. That absolutely makes me not want to buy it. I was like, no, I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. No way. I'm not spending $20 for a Sarah J. Maas digital book. No fucking way. You can go fuck yourselves. And that's just how I feel, because it's like, look, I'm on an extremely fixed income. I mean, literally, like, the only reason I was able to afford the Kindle Paperwhite 12th edition was because of a federal income tax return. If I didn't have that income tax return coming in, I would not have bought it. But it's like, what? Oh my god. So yes, Kindle prices are going up depending on how hot the author is. And Sarah J. Maas has not done a book from her, or published a book from her Court of Thorns and Roses series in years. And that's probably what is driving the price up, is the fact that she hasn't. But it's just like, I'm pretty sure a Kindle edition of her third book when it came out was not remotely even that high. So the thing about it is that it just makes me not want to purchase it. Because I could go on Kobo and I could get 4 books for that price, depending on what year it was published, depending on the author, all that type of stuff. I'm just, no. Absolutely. But yeah, the hot authors are always more expensive. If you're talking about Stephen King, David Bottaducci, Sarah J. Maas, their books will always be more expensive than, these authors that are well known, but they're not like, lighting up through the door and around the corner hot. I mean, when Sarah J. Maas brings out, when October comes around, and the new Sarah J. Maas book comes out, trust me, I am going to guarantee that women are going to be running. Women are going to be pulling their hair out of. Women are going to be pulling other women's hair out. I mean, I literally can tell what is going to happen. Let's look at Rebecca Yarnos. So there's actually a new Rebecca Yarnos book coming out. This is going to be released September 29th. And apparently you cannot order it. You cannot get it through Kindle. You can only get it on you can only get it as a physical edition. Now, I don't know if that's going to change, but for people that have Kindles, that they love anything with Rebecca Yarnos' name on it, especially if they're Fourth Wing fans, the idea that there may not be a Kindle edition of that book is probably going to make a lot of people extremely angry. But we'll see what happens in September. September, I think I said 29th, that's coming out. But if there is no Kindle edition of that book, they're going to be mad. Before I continue, apparently the sound coming from the front goes all the way here. Yeah. Oh, God. Anyways, so if that noise comes back, it means they're up and they're busy putting a new hot water heater in there, which requires apparently a lot of noise. But anyways, so yep, that sound is my rent going up. That's what it is. So the thing about it is that when you go and have a company, let me finish that sentence. When you have a company that sees that people will buy ebooks for exorbitant amounts of money, they will keep those prices that high up. If they don't see people buying the book for that exorbitant amount of money, they won't raise the prices, but people can't help it. People want to ensure that Kindle prices are absolutely insane. And remember what I said way back at the almost the beginning of this video, that streaming had been at one time very inexpensive, and now it's not so inexpensive. It's getting to the point where people are leaving because they just cannot financially afford to have Netflix in their lives. It leaves Netflix only for people that have the means and the income to afford it. And a lot of people are going to be shut out from a lot of TVs and movies because it's only available on Netflix. But in the world of books, I can see, the prices going up and up and up and up. And for me, I've made a point, I'm not going to be buying any more or acquiring any more Amazon books. Once I have read the books that I have read, unless it is a series that I really, really love, I'm not buying any books from or acquiring any books from Amazon. And it's just it's a thing. It's a decision I've made to no longer support authors. If they're on Kobo, you can have my money. If they're on Kindle, you can. No, you made enough money to financially afford to pay your mortgage and buy food and pay your utility bills and all that stuff. You don't need my money to be able to do that. But the thing about Kindles is that they made reading accessible to everybody. That is the legacy of the Kindle. And despite people's hatred for Kindles, not Kindles in general, but like Amazon, which I will tell you, I do agree with it. I think that Amazon will always be remembered as the company that made reading accessible. They will also be remembered as a company that allowed a dead man to decompose, which is gross. But yeah. So that's the thing. That's the thing that really pisses me off about this, is that people go and they spend money on Amazon thinking they're getting a great deal, and at first the illusion is there. Oh, you're getting a great deal on this and that, and it's not even true. You're not getting a great deal. Anyways, I was just blown away about how much the new Sarah J. Maas book that's coming out in October is like. Oh, and yes, definitely, definitely the seventh book. I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. No, it's just as expensive, or even more. And I'm like, oh Lord. And of course and oh my Lord. And then of course the hardback is like $26.60. It's like insanity. Yeah. My advice to people, because I was looking at the Crescent City, the first book. I actually have the first book. It's like $10 on Amazon because that book is old. It's the popularity has run its course, and now they have files that they can slash the prices and make Sarah J. Maas fans believe they're actually getting a deal. But the prices, they're getting ridiculous, and like I said, I don't even want to know what that seventh book is going to cost in Canadian dollars. But it's like, it's just insane. It's insanity. It's insanity. And everything. But anyways, yeah. And another thing they made a comment about was, is this going to draw people to Kindle Unlimited? Absolutely. If you know that you cannot afford to actually outright acquire the book, but you can borrow it for free from Amazon, you're going to go that route. And if the publishing houses see that it's definitely a lot more, it's even more profitable to put the book on, Kindle Unlimited and everything, they're going to do it. Because Kindle Unlimited is essentially the service that people on extremely fixed incomes uses. They use it, they check out, they borrow their 20 books, and they will sit there and they will read those 20 books. And then they will rate it, and they may go ahead and buy the book from Amazon as a trophy book. And Amazon sees it as a win-win for them. The person reads the book for free, the author gets paid per page turns, and then later on, bam, they're hit with a book sale, and they make more money. Um, in all honesty, I do love Kindle Unlimited because it does have access to all those books, and I can sit there and I can read. Right now, I have um, 4 books on Kindle Unlimited. 3 of them are on this pile. One of them is the second book. And so I'm actually going to sit down and read that book and everything. So, yes, Amazon's Kindle Unlimited is a great service. But what I'm kind of concerned about is as I get closer to being 50 and these Kindle prices go up and up and up, I think it is going to be, you're going to start seeing more popular authors on Kindle Unlimited, and as soon as their new book hits the shelves, it's going to be on Kindle Unlimited. Anyways, so sorry about the noise in the back. That is the people in the front. They're doing some work. They're installing a hot water heater in the people in front. So I think they might be going. They might be going to like a hotel or something like that. I don't know what they're doing, but they'll be back. They'll be back. So anyways, I will see you guys next time.